the Big 12. So Big 10, Wisconsin men get the victory, another title for the Badgers. Bob Liking and Olin Hacker go 1-2, and Wisconsin really packed it in the top 10. They went 7, 8, 9, and 10, Gordon, to get the easy victory. Another one for Mick Byrne, the Badgers.
Couple things. First of all, Bob Liking slowly
Still
becoming
love the name.
a top 10 name in NCAA right now. Like, I'm liking the Bob Liking name. Like, let's just be honest. That's a great name. Bob Liking. Okay. Got that out of the way. Second, his win is over a bunch of very impressive runners.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have his
Good
teammate
group.
Olin Hacker, but Morgan Beetlescomb, it's like a 13-20 guy. Alec Baston, he's quick. Jonathan Davis, he's good. He's like a 750 3K guy. So winning this race is like pretty impressive. And I think Bob Liking might be like a top 10 individual. Maybe I'm not willing to put him in the Mance, Kiptoo's, Nico Young world, but
Yeah.
like he's only a freshman. I think Bob Liking is going to be a name we're going to be saying very often in the next 3 to 4 years because winning this race is over some good guys. And that team, 27 points, a lot of younger guys on that team, and some of their better guys too. Also, like someone like Charlie Wheeler, or just a Charlie in the Wisconsin team. I forget his last name. Can you click on the Wisconsin name, Travis? Yeah. Oh yeah, Charlie Wheeler. He's like a 1340 5K runner, and he was like last on their team. So they have the depth.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Sharp is good. Uwab Alijabali.
Shoaib.
Did I get that one right?
Shoaib.
Shoaib Alijabali. He ran well at like USATF juniors. So Evan Bishop, freshman. Rowan Ellenberg, freshman. So they're going to be good. Wisconsin's back. I think they're going to finish top 10 this year, and then next 2 years they're going to start being a podium team, and then potentially maybe in 2023-4 they're looking to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean they've always done really well at this meet. If you look at historically how many Big Ten titles they have, it's a preposterously high number. But having even though their team wasn't in contention over the past several years, they still had superstars in McDonald and Oliver Hoare, which probably
Yeah.
helped with recruiting, and just the program is always in the news. And on the women's side too, having Alicia Monson out there just gave a recognizable face to people, and I'm sure that was a magnet for top recruits to want to come to Madison. How about on the women's side of things, Gordon? What was the big takeaway for the women at the Big Ten meet?
Big takeaway from the women's side was high scoring, right? Because there's basically no true number one team. I feel like they're kind of just a hodgepodge of Michigan, Minnesota, Michigan State, and Wisconsin. You just look at the top 25 lists and you don't see really a dominant team here or there. And Megan Haas got the win. Bethany Haas, her twin sister, I think won this race a few years ago. So both sisters now have a win. There's some good runners in here, right? Vanderland is good. Magnus is good. But I think on the women's side, just the Big Ten's kind of a little bit down. We did have the surprise Michigan State do what they did last year. No one saw that coming.
Yeah.
But I think it is what it was. It was a surprise, and I would be surprised if one of these teams finds a way to podium. Minnesota is the best of the group, and Minnesota likely will finish, I think, in the 5 to 10 range. But it's going to be very hard to crack the podium after what we saw from some of the top teams. But we could see just, a hodgepodge of Big Ten schools in like the 7 to 25 range, with Minnesota kind of leading the charge.
Megan Haas getting it done there by a second.
One note, Michigan women, their finish here, they're going to need some help in their regional because they're not going to have a lot of points. So, because they chose not to run at Nuttycombe or Prenats, and now they have no wins over the Minnesotas, Wisconsins, Michigan States of this world. their win over Indiana and Illinois, that helps a bit, but you got to think Michigan was kind of hoping because they were in there to get at least second here to get a
Yeah.
couple decent Big Ten wins. But so Michigan's
Well,
going to be a bubble team to watch at NCAA's
they're
regionals.
on the wrong side of this group, so they get fourth, and they beat fifth by 70 points. But Michigan State is third, 3 points ahead of them. Wisconsin is second, 7 points ahead of them, and Minnesota wins the thing, 13 points ahead of
Yeah,
them. So they were very close to picking up a bunch of key wins and actually contending for the title here. But instead, they finished back there in fourth in that big gulf between themselves and Indiana. Have to sweat it out. Have to sweat it out if you are the Wolverines. How about we go to the Big 12 now, Gordon? The Big